All right, what's up, everyone? Want to talk to you about the Miyoo Mini. Um, Actually, the version 2 of the Miyoo Mini. The retro handheld that plays all retro consoles, most of them, in the palm of your hand. A very small, tiny system that plays tons of ROMs. And really, overall, right out of the gate, I'm going to tell you, it's a freaking nice system. It's nice. Now, I've been really impressed with this thing, following up on it, watching people's reviews, listening to what people say about it. And I said to myself, I got to get one for the game room. This is a must because, you see a lot of these knockoffs. You see a lot of these cheap handhelds, these cheap retro consoles. And they're just like a dime a dozen. But this one I knew was different. Same as like with their Evercade. You could just tell when something's real. You could tell what's good and what's crap. Sometimes without even playing it. So I says, I got to check this out. So I went and I purchased the version 2, which is right here. Now, mind you, you're not going to be able to see it really good. The screen here. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm really just here to show you the console. But as far as the games and the screen, I'm going to have a follow-up on Sean Checks It Out, where we zoom in on the screen and actually check out a few of my favorite games. So look forward to that, because I know it's hard to see gameplay on here. It's impossible. This is Super Mario World. It comes in all different colors. It comes in this faded here. I got this faded color because I wanted it to look like a washed up retro console. And what I'm calling this, there's like a black translucent, there's a white. What I'm calling this is the new Game Boy. If they ever was to come out with a new Game Boy, this would be it. But this doesn't just play Game Boy. This plays, oh geez, this plays Game Boy. Actually, let's see. Game Boy, Super Nintendo, Nintendo, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Sega Genesis, Atari 2600. Roxy, what are you doing? House of Sounds here. Oh, you know what it plays too? PlayStation 1, and I'm really impressed with it. I was playing Tekken 3. Like, wow. It's going to be hard to see again, but this is the UI. This is the stock UI. It's got recent, it's got favorites, it's got game menu, it's got settings, it's got apps. Really nice, clean, fast UI. I'm loving the battery on this so far. This has the newer battery that has the plugs in it. What else? I like the D-pad. I like the way the D-pad looks. No diggity. I like the buttons here. It's got nice volume control. It's got the back shoulder buttons here. They're really nice to have. It's got the menu button here. No matter where you're at, you can hit that menu button. And it's got thousands and thousands of games. And I've added thousands. I've got like 9,000 games on this thing right now. So, really happy with it. I mean, this to me is a retro gamer's dream. Especially if you love handhelds. If you love retro games and you love handhelds, man, no online required, take this anywhere, put this in your backpack, play it on the bus, take it on vacation, take it in bed, on the couch. You're good to go. You're good to go. The button layout is nice. I played Super Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Brothers World, Mario Kart, Tekken 3, Ridge Racer, Mega Man, Zelda Link to the Past, Asteroids, Final Fight, Super Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat. This is awesome, okay? This is awesome. This console is awesome. It does it all. Okay? Highly recommended to add this to your game room, to your game collection. Okay? It's very reasonably priced, and you get so much for your money. The newer versions now, you don't have to buy it separate. It comes with the case. There's also a leather case you could get that I'm going to be getting on Amazon. The screen, wow. The screen is really nice. It's really sharp and vibrant, and I think that has to do with it being so small. Because it's so compact and sharp. Battery's been fine. The games have run well on it. And I just think it's an all-around beast. Again, you see so many knockoff systems. This is the real deal for retro. The stock operating system is great. It comes with a most recent firmware, so you don't have to go crazy when you get it. It's got really nice friendly functions and UI to get around in. It's got the Famicom. It's got Super Nintendo, PlayStation, Game Boy Advance, Master System. And it's just a really nice layout. And then once you get into the system you want, you got your list of games, thousands of games. So I'm just going to talk about something that personally happened to me. I have bad luck. So I was bound to something was to happen to me. And I was reading a lot of different things that happen to people, and I read Reddit forums. So I got mine in the mail, and I couldn't wait to play it stock right out of the box. So I said to myself, well, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to, get it in the mail, and I'm going to play it. And I did. And as soon as I got it going, I started running into problems. And the problems were that I would be in a game menu for a system, say Nintendo, NES, and I would be scrolling, and by the time I hit like the C's or D's in the alphabet, the screen would crash and say loading and bring me back to the menu. So like if you wanted to go to Zelda or if you wanted to go to like Super Mario Brothers or whatever, you couldn't. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, you couldn't get that far. And it seems like the faster you scrolled, the faster it was going to halt up. Then, after a while, it just started shutting down. So I said, oh shit, it must be the battery. The battery was fine. So I said, I know what it is. It's the stock for operating system. It's probably too old. The operating system wasn't that old. There was only one above it, and they said it's not really a big deal. They says that's not the problem. Now, another word of note, they make other operating systems other than the main Miyoo operating system. They make something called like a mini UI, but they also make one called Onion OS. I haven't messed with them yet. I will definitely be installing it on an extra card just to have it and to see what added features it brings. But right now I'm sticking with the stock OS, the way that it was meant to be used. and something was funky going on. So I wrote up Reddit forums. I asked for help. And I said, I don't know what's going on. I can only get so far in a game list without it crashing, without it loading. It seemed like it was fine once I was in a game. So somebody says, oh, test the battery, plug it in. I did all that. And then it hit me. I says, well, you know what? I wonder if it's something to do with the SD card, because I noticed it kept saying loading, loading. And you could see the ROMs loading real slow in the list. Then it would crash, like it couldn't keep up with the scrolling. So as soon as I went on Reddit, I went on something totally different about another problem. But the one guy says there's a couple things that you do as soon as you get a Miyoo. Other than, don't worry about the firmware updates. You could do that, but don't worry about it. It's not essential. You definitely want to charge it 100%. But the number one thing you need to do, get rid of the SD card that comes with it. It's a knockoff, cheap piece of crap. And I said, bingo, that's got to be it. So I backed up the card onto my PC, made a mirrored copy, went out and got an SD card, copied it over. Sure enough, that's what the problem was. Word of note, though, I know somebody was saying, oh, you could use any size card. Well, all I could tell you is that you have to stick with at least a 32, because your computer will not go above that to format it in FAT32. And the reason being is it has to run in FAT32 on the Miyoo Mini, because I tried it in other formats and it comes up unmounted and it doesn't work, whether your files are on there or not. There is third-party software that will mount and format in that format for bigger cards, but I just went and got the 32 gig and did the basic Windows format. So that's just a little, FYI. But basically, if you don't want to run into any other problems or that problem, get a new card and charge it up. Other than that, the experience has been great. The games run great. I really think it's something that you definitely should have. I mean, if you don't care too craps about retro, well, then I guess you don't care about having one of these. But man, there's got to be something on here you're going to like. Especially the memories. I mean, there's even wrestling games on here that I grew up with. It's really something. And it's really nice to have these in the palm of your hand. It's so small. I mean, yeah, do I wish it was a little bigger? Sure, but you know what? That's what this is. It's supposed to be. That's my impressions. Tune in soon for Sean Checks It Out. We're going to go and check out a couple games, and hopefully I could zoom in and sharpen it up for you. Get a little idea of what it's all about. All right? Let me know in the comments below if you're thinking about getting one, if you knew about it, if you're just finding out about it now, if you're into retro, and would this be something you would be interested in? Take care, guys. Until the next Retro Gaming Rewind, I'll be seeing you. Be well.